I think I'm going to actually head to the Easter Sand now. Because there is that Bloodwing hunt, which I'm not... I guess we can try and take that one on. Oh, they're right in this town. That's excellent. Oh, yeah, no, this would... Yeah, that would make sense. Yes, I am. You know, if you really are his friend, you probably should remember his actual name and not just his prisoner number. Unfortunately, he's kind of clipping through the floor, which is unfortunate. The west annex of the Badheim passage. Now, I'm pretty sure that's in the secret part that we only now have access to thanks to completing the desert, patient quest. Yep, definitely in the secret part, because it's in a whole area of the map that I don't even have yet. So the secret entrance is down here in this part of the Dalmasca Easter Sand. And, okay, well, we're taking advice from a bandit chief, apparently. But now that we have the Badheim key, we can get in here. This is something that I really like about this game. It opens up additional places of areas you've already been to. And now we are... Okay, this actually leads in here. Interesting, there is a save point close by. I thought it would lead us directly into the secret part. Oh, okay, there's an area through here now. Here we go, now we're in uncharted territory. Wow, look at all those lights in the distance. That actually looks kind of cool. Like, they're not even, you know, like, fireflies or magical lights or anything, but, yeah, the enemies in here are way more dangerous than they were in the early parts, so we're definitely in the secret area of this place. Now I want to see if the other fork leads anywhere. Let me just quickly go back and check that. Because I do definitely remember what's at the end of the Badheim Passage secret area, I just don't remember how to get there. Okay, another area, and a lot of bombs. Just high-level passive bombs. Have I mentioned before that these things, these stereo descriptions actually say they were designed as anti-mage weapons? Which is kind of an interesting idea. I wonder which of these chests are mimics? Oil bug trap. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Let's just handkerchief that away. Surely these chests that look part ruby are not mimics at all, right? Mimeo. I suppose I can try and dispel that haste. For some reason I keep thinking dispel is time magic. Or I just naturally go to time magic when I'm using Tonello. It is at least kind of cool that they look like this, but, you know, the more varied enemy designs mean that these mimics don't do a very good job of hiding themselves. But it's definitely one of the main points of charm about this game to me. And I'm not going to attempt to open those other ones because I know better. So, now, in my first playthrough, this was the first place where I encountered disease status. So I think some of the traps here... Oh, yeah, leech trap is not good. Some of the traps, although it's on Varn and Bar, so that's fine. Some of the traps here, I think, can be... I forget exactly what the disease traps are called, but there is a trap that inflicts disease. So upstairs place. And, well, this is a dead end, so I'll check this out first. It was, well, I would say not worth my time, but sometimes every little bit of money helps. Actually, I was just looking up the rare game in this place, and it turns out there are 2 of them I can access now, and they're right in these areas. The first is in the east-west bypass, and it's just one of those that has a 20% chance of spawning every time you enter the area, so I'm just going to go in and out for a bit and try and find it. It's called the Mini-Bug. And it looks like, yep, if I hold down on the analog stick, I'll be able to repeatedly go between the 2 areas. Quiver of fiery arrows. Did I think yeah, I had those before. Nice to know you can get them in the chest, though. So if this thing does spawn, it's going to be at the end of this little passageway here, and it's not disguised as a chest. There it is. It's that little thing running around. It's called a Mini-Bug. In fact, I'm going to use Balthier here just because his range means it's less likely that he'll step on the trap. Meanwhile, you can... Once again, I keep trying to dispel in time magic. I'm still using my blind ninja sword on Varn, but I might want to switch over to something else. I mean, it's doing okay damage overall. These things are generally weak to ice from the look of it. I forget the combo rate on ninja swords, but I assume it's pretty high. Speaking of combo rate, I should also mention that the, one of you was just about to step on that, so let's take you out of the party. That, the Sword of Kings, someone in the comments mentioned this to me, it actually has a much higher than average combo rate, especially for a two-handed sword. So, that makes it fairly useful, actually, even though its attack power is a little low. So now, the next rare game shows up in, this area, the, Special Ops Sector 5, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Special Ops Sector 5. Op, not Ops, but anyway. Just hold down on the analog stick to repeatedly enter and exit. Okay, so up here is an Adamant Titan. For some reason, I felt like stealing from this, and in fact, can you use the Thieves' Cuffs? Ironically, not quite, ironically, Barsh, Ash, and Pinello can all use them. I should probably... Wow, holy crap, should I be spending some LP soon. That would kind of kill the pacing, though, of going through this area. I might spend LP at the end. And let's steal again. And again. Well, you really don't want to be stolen from. I mean, admittedly, trying to steal from something that's basically a walking piece of armor is just kind of difficult, but it's not really super... I don't know if it's really all that dangerous right now. I'm gonna dispel you just to get rid of that shell. Oh, Stone Gaze. Is anyone... I don't think that worked. This also looks like one of the enemies that Blind would work pretty well against. Oh, even Arrow's not really doing that much despite, the weakness. And, well, finally got Blind, but didn't really do much. So around the middle of this area, there should be a group of chests near some rocks. Yeah, I believe that mid-chest there is the rare game. So this one actually does disguise itself as a chest. Of course, now I get blind early. Level 31. I'm actually now very conflicted on whether or not that's a good thing, but, I mean, we'll find out. What else did I have in Technics? Revive. Okay, it kills you. But it might actually be somewhat useful later on in this area, for reasons. Let's just say we're going to need a lot of Phoenix Downs going into the boss of this secret place. A lot of Phoenix Downs. I probably should have bought more coming in, but oh well. I had a feeling there'd be a chest somewhere here. Arc Scale. What is that? Oh, it's a measure, okay. Shell. And it's water element, so if you equip somebody with a Viking coat, it won't do anything to them. Not that they really need protection anyway. So this right here, this should be... Yep, Ithuno, which some people think might be named after the Norse deity Idun. It's taking a lot of damage from fire. Maybe it just doesn't like magic very much. It's actually not nearly as much of a threat as I expected it to be, although Fran is running a little low on MP, because it is taking quite a few firers. And there we go. Okay, that is both of the rare game that I can fight in this area down, and there is a gate crystal close by. I might go to that and save, just so I have a save inside this dungeon, and also with both of the rare game defeated. Oh, right, I should have tried stealing from that thing, though I also should probably get the... I mean, at the very least, I can go into my licenses and try and get access to Thief's Cuffs on Varn. Oh, it's accessories 8. How did I not have that earlier? And while I'm here, I may as well get accessories 5. Oh, Balthier has those now. I guess he could be my stealing guy, but he normally doesn't get really that close to enemies. Okay, Fran levels up. And puts herself into the danger zone. Oh, yep, that's the disease that I encountered for the first time in my first playthrough, the swarm trap. I knew there was one trap in here that inflicted disease. The thing that I was going to say about the Ithuno is that you can steal from it a sword called the Deathbringer, which is one of the most powerful swords available at this point, I think. It's only a 3% chance or a 6% chance with Thief's Cuffs, so really not the most, I don't know, reliable of things, but you can repeatedly respawn it until you get the steal. Dark Crystal, isn't that like a book series or something? I'm not really sure. And part of me actually wants to fight these bombs. Oh, now I think I remember this area, this bridge. It's not quite, you know, the big bridge, but it's a bridge. Who's using Fire? Okay then. Also, Fran, why are you using Fire? I think probably because she sets that as her default, but... yeah, obviously, Fire is not going to work on these things. I hope this cancels it in time. It did, thankfully. Oh, yeah, they definitely do a number on casters. It makes sense, since that's what they were designed for, but yeah. Unfortunately, they're weak to water, which, magic of the water element isn't, like, really that reliable right now. However... I can't take anyone out of the party, but Balthier might actually do pretty well against these. Because, yeah, Fran is using fire because she's stupid, and that means that... I mean, it's not a stupid idea against most enemies thanks to the burning bow, but here definitely is. Because these things obviously are very, very fire-based. I'll just have her attack these, honestly. It's probably going to be more... well, not actually very effective, but... and exploded. Thankfully, that's no last resort. Last resort from Persona, I mean. Looks like there's something undead over there. I suppose I can take you out and put Balthier in. Does he have... yes, he does have the Aqua Shot, so this should be... this should be pretty effective, but of course now we've got some undead rather than bombs to face. What are you guys? Dead Bones! Isn't... I feel like there's a stronger variant of Dry Bones called Dead Bones. Reflector. Well, I mean, if we reflect our magic off of them, it's gonna... if we reflect our healing magic off of them, it's just going to, heal us. Although, if we are going to be facing some undead here, I need to turn off Penello's Drain. Because I learned the hard way last time that Drain hurts you and heals them when used on undead. I think they're actually reflecting spells off of each other. These things are, actually pretty strong and are coming in quite large numbers. So this is probably why we're dying quite a bit here. Barsha's blinded. Penello's a bit too low on health to really think about curing that blind though, so I'll have Balthea do it. Yeah, playing the demo of Bravely Default 2 recently, I saw an undead looking enemy and I was like, huh, maybe it'll get hurt by healing, so I cast healing on it and it worked. So yes, Final Fantasy logic to the rescue, because Bravely Default is basically a Final Fantasy game. It's like a spiritual successor to the older ones. Yeah, playing the demo of 2 recently, I actually did kind of like it. I almost wonder if I'll end up getting that game. We'll see, because I do really like the plot, like the actual plots they do in the Bravely Default games. Okay, well, Balthea lost all of his MP, and that's fine. I suppose I can put Ash in. Like the way that they, it's one of those things where it's hard to describe without really giving spoilers. Ash is using ice. I think that's probably fine. And now we're all level 31, which might be a bad thing. The bombs are docile unless we use spells. I would rather prioritize attacking than using regen. They do some interesting things, like playing with the conventions of... Uh-oh. Right, since these things can use Reflect, I actually think some new gambits on Ash are in order. Instead of this one, here you go, foe status equals Reflect. And I want you to dispel that. Although I should probably put healing a little bit higher priority. Yeah, the Bravely Default games sort of play with like the role of the player in video games and just that general kind of thing. It's interesting. And in particular, Bravely Default 2 does something really cool, but again, I just really can't talk about that because spoilers. It's always hard when you have something that you can't really discuss openly without giving away enormous spoilers. And yep, Ash is very, very dead. Do you... I forgot which one of us had Traveler. No, you don't have Traveler, but I think Balthea has it. He has Horology as well. What's our playtime? It's a bit weird to be asking that when it comes to... I don't think that... I think, like, the last digit has to be, like, particularly high for that to work, but I think we're... Our step count is pretty high, I think. Traveler might be able to do a decent amount. Balthea, come on. Okay, here's Traveler. Yeah, like 2,000-ish to everything. Unfortunately, you barely survived. Like how Ash just went down mid-dispel there. Yeah, when you've got a mix of enemy types and they're all very high level, that's quite dangerous. I mean, this is an area that I'm really not supposed to be in at this point, but... I mean, you can't fault me for lack of trying. Okay, that skeleton's going down there. It looks like there's not really going to be much down there besides... Oh, look, Balthea's attacking it anyway. Well, it's just one enemy. It's probably fine. So, like, I thought it might be somewhat appropriate to discuss Bravely Default here just because I talked about it when I first went through the Badheim passage. I have a suspicion there's probably a trap down here, but nobody on my party has Libra, so I'm just going to risk it. All that for a Chronos here. Ash, cure us again. Just use a Cura. I've just noticed that Bravely Default 2 just hasn't been getting a lot of attention as of me recording this video. Of course, if you're watching this, it might have got more attention, but just like, whenever it showed up in Nintendo Directs, and even like, again, as of recording this will probably change, but it doesn't have a pretty, like, it doesn't have a large TV tropes presence either. Where is that exclamation? Oh, okay. That didn't even, like, hit the cart. But, oh well. I'm guessing that is going to make a bit of a bridge. Yeah, we can climb down here now. And target you. No, let's finish the dead bones first before it uses reflect and becomes annoying. Or we can finish the bombs first because they're really dangerous. And here we see the problems of bolt... Oh, right, even though I have Aqua Shot, these things probably resist guns. And the bomb is now reflected. Yeah, I don't even know if Ash is even all that effective here. And I'm gonna temporarily turn off Balthier's Phoenix Down Gambit because I need to conserve those. Ow, okay, wow, yeah, these things are kind of wrecking us right now. Fran, don't... Well, thankfully the bomb died before the fire hit it. Because for a second I was just like, wait, what? Oh, reflect! Right, yeah. This is, the point where... Yeah, we need to be very careful of, enemies with reflect when we've got our gambit set like this. I'm gonna just have Barsh take the Sword of Kings for a little bit, and I'm also going to go back to the evade tank setup on Varn, because I might actually need it here, although it's not really going to be much of a help against magic, which are these things like using a lot. Sword of Kings is actually hitting them decently hard, though. Okay, so it looks like it's end of the line here. Lami's Tiara. Why does that sound like a bad thing? Oh no, I think that's a hat. Half damage ice, okay. Only Mystic Armor 5 needed for that. Oh, her magic resist is really low. I'm gonna have Penelo take that one. Well, yep, that chest is totally a mimic. Don't know if I can even open that without stepping on the trap. Well, of all the things in here, the oil bug is not the worst thing in the world. And is that a ninja sword? It is a ninja sword. On hit slow. Okay, I just said I was be switching Varn back to the evade tank setup, but... Oh, that's a good amount of attack power. I'll try that out for a little bit. Yeah, oil traps here are kind of a bad thing because of all the bombs running around, such as those ones. Now, first hit of it, I get slow. That's a good sign. Okay, it looks like we're out of bomb range, though, thankfully. Okay, I saw the exclamation mark and chest here. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of interrupting my tangent about Bravely Default because I just realized that this area is actually pretty dangerous, so I should probably be concentrating here, but when I get the time I can talk a little more about Bravely Default and the like, and also, I think we're getting oh, West Annex, yes we are, this is where Bloodwing is. Yeah, it's somewhere in here, but it's sort of down to the, western side of the map. I hesitated for a little bit before saying western, and then I was like, okay, so, west is towards America, east is towards Spain. It's the trick that I use from Carmen Sandiego. Sheer. That is a technic, I believe. Is that the one that lowers defense? Oh, magic resist, and nobody can use that yet. The thing about those debuffs is that, I think the chances of them going off are somewhat low, but they are actually permanent for, like, you use them on an enemy, it actually permanently lowers that stat, and they stack. So they can be useful sometimes. Oh, okay, no, we're not getting close to the Bloodwing. Seems to have a pretty high chance of inflicting slow. So that's really not bad. Oh great, I believe it just got the reflect in right as we were using the spell, so I think we may have hit ourselves at least slightly. Yeah, reflect is an incredibly dangerous thing to go up against, which is actually now starting to remind me of something that happened in the, as of recording this, recent Critical Role, but by the time it gets uploaded it probably won't be recent. That episode went in an interesting direction, I'll just say. Things got dark very, very quickly. But yeah, Matthew Mercer got an opportunity to try out, not try out, but it's like to bring back an older D&D rule involving lightning spells bouncing off of metal armor, and carnage ensued. Much carnage. Okay, healing up a little bit. Doesn't seem like there's anything over here. That looks like an, is that an exit, or is that just, a dead end? Well, no, there's a gate in the way. Sometimes these end up opening later. There's something interesting at the end of this area too, but, we're not going to get to that, until we beat the boss. If we beat the boss. I will say that is a very, very, also, I have no idea what that is, but that is a very, very scary looking ninja sword. I'll look at what that bottle is, because, I mean, if it's a bottle of something, it's probably not a weapon. But it sounds interesting. Grants bravery to one... It's alcohol, isn't it? I can tell, it's definitely alcohol. Don't even know if... I don't think Vaughn and Penella are of legal drinking age either. Oh, great. We're gonna slowly walk forwards and step on the traps, aren't we? Oh, well, silence gas is fine on Barsh and Barn. Okay, did somebody just go... Okay, Ash is level 32 now. That may affect what accessories that I give her in the next fight. Stone. Yeah, I knew that one of these traps would be petrified. These things have a really high parry rate, wow. Gotta keep an eye on my stone counter. I kind of feel like the dead bones are more threatening to fight. Wow, we are missing a lot here. Oh, it's because we're blind. Right. Petrify, silence, and blind. What should I do here? It's just we're all in the fight, so I can't switch out anybody. I'm gonna just try and throw a knot of rust at it and see what happens. Well, that barely did anything. But it at least means that I can bring, like, Balthier in and have him actually, hopefully, finish one of them. Okay, somebody gold needle, please. Oh! Just too late, but I did get the gold needle in time, which does cure that. Oh, we're all statused. Yeah, just realized that Balthier's gun isn't doing much of these things either, which does kind of make sense, but since so many things in here seem to resist guns, I might as well switch Balthier over to swords. One-person party to slip through the traps. Oh. And let's bring back the backup, just to whack this skeleton. Well, there's only one skeleton, they're not too bad. They still parry a lot, though, wow. These are some very skilled skeletons. Oh, that's I thought that was a gun for a second, but no, it's a hand bomb. It seemed like there were two chests stacked on top of each other, too. Maybe I can just fight this solo with Fran. And she's almost out of MP. There should be a save point at the end of this area. The enemies are kind of endlessly spawning, though. What is it with bridges in this game and undead? Uh-oh. Fran has no answer to that reflect, though, so I'm gonna have to put Ash... Wow, even Ash with her half MP cost is still...
At your best.
Well, it kind of is her sort of best, but...
It cannot end us.
Why are you still... What a... You're on the wrong Gambit set, aren't you? Yeah, you're on the one that doesn't deal with Dispel, so you're probably dead. Not quite, okay. Oh man, this is a complete mess, and I'm not even at the boss yet. Okay, that thankfully counted, even though the reflect had already gone up. Another ghost. Wow, really? I'm not sure if I'll even be able to fight this boss, actually. I'm less worried about it and more worried about just the sheer numbers of undead that are going to be spawning in the area while it's here. Okay, thankfully you didn't just go for reflect. Boon. We could just field a bunch of... Holy crap, there's so many of them! Okay, I'm just gonna run through here and see if... Because I feel like there's probably a save point at the end of this area. Bunch of rocks there. And cornered. I think I said earlier that I shouldn't be running into a dead end while being chased, and also... This is where the Redmoor is. I'm pretty sure this is where the Redmoor is. Oh, there's so many. Just everywhere. Oh yeah, there's one dot on the map that's a bigger one, and yep, there's the Redmoor. And I just don't think that she was all... Ah! Yeah, wow, sorry. This is probably not going to be a good video. Constantly spawning enemies combined with high level... And yep, first on screen, game over. I mean, I do have an autosave from back at the start of the West Annex, so I guess game overs aren't nearly as bad as they are normally, but I'm gonna have to basically just dash past everything, I think, at this point. Don't even know how I'd really fight the Redmoor. Stone touch. Yep, there's that big red dot. There's so many undead around it. So I can go back around here just to get that on the map, kind of. And yes, already we're almost dead. So through here, is there more to this place, or... Okay, there is a save crystal. And this does seem to be a relatively safe area. So if I wanted to try and fight the red maw, I could attempt that. I can get everyone mostly buffed.
It cannot end us.
That was a single enemy. Actually, oh, Barsh is dead. Okay. I just had a weird idea, but I don't know if this is gonna work. Because Espers ignore reflect, so if I summon one here and try and use the Esper to clear out as many enemies as possible. And make sure I keep Barsh healthy, obviously. Yeah, in fact, a Dramalek will cure too. And he seems to have faith status. We can also get a good listen to this music. Just gotta keep an eye on Barsh's health, because if he goes down, so will the summon.
It cannot end us.
Yeah, couldn't make it in time. Barely even made it up that hill. Okay, so this also isn't even a gate crystal, so if I don't do well against the boss, I'm gonna have to make it out of here manually. So, I think next time I'm gonna attempt this boss. It's probably gonna be a disaster, though. Oh yeah, especially since we're all level 31. That's a good thing, and also a very, very bad thing.